A U.S. default would generate an economic and financial catastrophe.
Yes, you heard it right. That was a video clip of the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, 76 years of age, whom will be turning 77 in August, so long as she can survive the angry mob who will likely prepare to storm Washington if they experience a debt default in the next 10 days, essentially warning nearly 66 million people here in America that they need to make money today and make sure their level of preparedness is at optimal levels as they brace for probably a tough road ahead. Yellen told bank CEOs more mergers may be necessary at a time when millions of people are stressed, worried, and feeling loads of anxiety, wondering if their jobs will be safe or what will happen to their income. Some bracing for possible homelessness or at the very least fallen victim to the whims of government inaction and being included and categorized as unhoused, essentially homeless, living in a car with a payment that rivaled some people's mortgage payments, which is crazy to believe and startling when you say it out loud. I was reminded just this morning by a fellow creator and YouTube news reporter of the truth. And she told me, Kevin, only 10 days left. June is just a few days away and the official X date deadline. Government budget debt default warning sirens are getting ready to sound. Flashing red alert beacons will be going off, and then we will really see some shit hitting the fan. Panic and chaos. It will be terrible and tragic, sad and unfortunate, and all 100% avoidable. Yet the people in control will feel no pain from the results of their actions of greed and corruption. They will still get their paychecks. They will still get their vacation and recess time. They will still be rich and wealthy, flying around on private jets. They will not know what food shortages really look like or how bad hunger pains feel, or worse, the look in the eyes of young children looking up at mom, asking her why there's no food in the house. Their pantry is empty and the refrigerator bare. Nothing in the oven and no food on the table. Asking honest questions like, Mom, are we poor? Listen here to more of what the Treasury Secretary had to say. Listen to her warning.
A U.S. default would generate an economic and financial catastrophe. Over the past few years, American families and businesses, including many of yours, have worked hard to mount an historic economic recovery. And a default would reverse all of the hard-earned progress that we've made, and it would set us back even further. Our economy would suddenly find itself in an unprecedented economic and financial storm. Millions of American families that rely on payments for the federal government would likely go unpaid, and that ranges from 66 million Social Security beneficiaries to millions of veterans and military families who have served our country honorably. A default could cause widespread suffering as Americans lose the income they need to get by. And the resulting income shock could lead to a recession that destroys many American jobs and businesses. A default would crack open the foundations upon which our financial system is built. And it's very conceivable that we'd see a number of financial markets break, with worldwide panic triggering margin calls, runs, and fire sales.
An address to the ICBA a few days ago in an auditorium, standing room only of other wealthy banking industry execs, multi-millionaires and billionaires preparing for the greatest reset we would have ever seen in history, plotting and scheming to widen the wealth gap to a point in which it could never be closed. And no, not even $1 million reparations checks will help bring you into their orbit. That money is already earmarked, and if you are one of the Black California residents to receive their $1 million stimulus in lieu of 40 acres and a mule, well, let's just say your days will be numbered. Just being honest, folks, just sharing the truth. I don't want to see anything bad happen to y'all. I wish you all the very best, but some things just have bad juju all over them, and I would steer clear at all costs. Now, in future videos, I will be bringing you in-depth coverage from research and insider intel leaked by execs and real boots on the ground folks out there helping to uplift and empower our community, network, our family. These videos will include a playlist or collection of content focused on Wells Fargo business account review, another PNC Bank review, a Chime banking app review, and updates on all those who recently were unable to log into their app, check their accounts, and essentially had their money in their accounts frozen, leaving them with no available funds. Also, Voyager crypto news, other crypto news, XRP news, Ripple Labs, SEC updates, and so much more. I'm building these out specifically for you based on your wants and needs. So please keep the emails coming, the DMs and direct messages on Instagram, and tell me what you want to know more about. Tell me what information will help you best prepare. And a big thank you to all of you who are sharing information with me to include in these videos to further help everyone else. We collectively have power and strength, and I will continue to use this platform and leverage its strengths while attempting to balance out its weaknesses and share this information and, most importantly, the truth with the masses. And if you want more of the information that I can't share here for obvious reasons, I've included a link in the description down below. And while you're down there, smash the like button and be sure to check out some of my other videos linked below. I've been getting lots of requests for more videos and info on van life, full-time van life, our planned van life travel schedule for this summer, as well as more information about van life and just life in general here in Destin, Florida. I was watching I Allegedly Dan today, and I just love his walks and the beautiful scenery around him, all of which that he shares with the viewers. I had a couple comments and messages sent to me asking if I could do the same here from Destin, Florida, but I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to copy or steal I Allegedly Dan's style or format. I wouldn't want to come off rude or anything like that, but the beaches here along the Emerald Gulf Coast in Northwest Florida, Okaloosa, and Walton County are, simply put, just beautiful. So I'll let you guys decide. If you'd like to see more content from the surrounding areas here in Destin, Florida, then comment down below. If there's enough interest, I'll be sure to make those videos for you guys next. I think it could bring a pleasant vibe and nice change to the news that we cover here while staying up to date and taking in the beautiful sights and sounds around us. The crashing waves of the ocean waters hitting the beach here in the Gulf of Mexico and sunny blue skies. Well, at least the days that they aren't cloud seeding and leaving those trails of white stuff all over the place. I swear it has to have some impact on the weather somehow. What do you guys think? All right, so now I want to share a personal story with you all about a good friend of mine who has been put in a very tough situation, and I would really like to get your opinion on the matter. He sent me a text and asked if I could talk. I immediately called him, and this is what he told me. Basically, he was put into a very tough situation, ultimately promoted in his job. A career that he's had for many, many years, but ultimately has merged with another company and they have been bought out. But now in his new role, they're ultimately looking to fire a lot of the old staff. But what happens next is far worse. He said they asked him if he was one of them, stating, "You're one of us now, right?" So ultimately, what it all boils down to is that when companies merge, they tend to clean house. And they typically choose one of the existing company's employees as a scapegoat. They'll use this person to ultimately hand down the bad news to the old employees, wiping them out, bringing in the new employees from the company that made the purchase of this M&A, merger and acquisition, and then everyone else being replaced at much lower costs. Many of these people he's worked with for a very long time, many years. Personal relationships have been built. He says that a lot of them will lose their health insurance as a result of them losing their jobs, which has been placed on him. But he also feels as though that his days will be numbered too. And after he's labeled the bad guy from firing all of his coworkers and some friends, he will be the last one to go. Quite the dilemma. Well, folks, we covered a lot in this video, from food shortages, the huge private bank mergers, business mergers, and unemployment, layoffs, people getting fired and terminations, health insurance, Destin, Florida, the weather, full-time van life, Janet Yellen, the U.S. government debt default countdown to the deadline, and probably even more that I am drawing a blank on right now. I have a really important video that I'm working on bringing to you all too, and it is about the debt crisis and how it could affect your 401k. So trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you get the alert as soon as it goes live. I want to thank you all for watching and continuing to show your support. I really do appreciate it. Please have a wonderful day and an amazing rest of the week. Love you guys. Until next time, y'all take care, be safe. See you real soon.